If you're a fan of anime or, I don't know, spend a lot of your time on Instagram, you may have come across this character. Am I right? Well, this is Kaoruko Waguri, the female lead of Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. And why is she so popular again? The reason behind it is not only because she's adorable, like, look at her, but also has to do with deep problems within Japan's society. Don't call me crazy, you'll see what I'm talking about. But before that, really quick, I just wanted to tell you that this is my first video, and I'm really grateful that you're watching it. Please leave a like if you'd like. Well, that was redundant. And I'd also like to mention that I'm not a native English speaker, so sometimes my pronunciation is going to be quite funky. But yeah, let's go back to the video. First, let's talk about the manga. Written and illustrated by Saka Mikami, The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity was published on Kodansha's magazine Pocket website and app in 2021 and has 22 volumes as of today when writing the script. And an anime adaptation produced by Cloverworks aired on 2025, increasing its popularity. The synopsis is basically Rintaro Tsumugi, an intimidating-looking boy from a low-performing boys' school, and Kaoruko Waguri, our girl, is a friendly girl from an elite neighboring girls' academy. They form an unlikely bond, challenging social pressure and intense deep-seated school rivalries with a gentle, slow-paced romance. Okay, it's not that bad. It's really sweet, actually. But don't be fooled. Remember what I've talked about at the beginning? You'll better understand my point when we look at Waguri's character up close. So, let's analyze her in the story and her design. Our cutie Waguri right here is 4'10" inches or 148 centimeters, which is very short, especially compared to Rintaro, which is 190 centimeters or 6'3" inches. She is described as petite, cute, and is even described as a middle schooler by Rintaro himself, which is not creepy at all. What? But putting that aside for a moment, in the story, Kaoruko is an easygoing, bubbly girl with childlike wonder and a big heart. She loves to eat, like, a lot, but has a slim physique with big boobs and a waist though. She looks like a child, but not so much that it turns off a percentage of the guys that are watching. She dresses in cute, feminine, and elegant clothing, showing her innocence, purity, and how delicate she is, but also that she is mature. She is perfect. She is perfect. Waguri is perfect. Like, she has all of the traits that a guy would like. She is both the child and the adult. She is purity itself, but not so pure that it wouldn't be sexy. She is the ideal girl. When watching the anime, I've never really seen Kaoruko as a character because she's mostly just there to say and do cute things. Is she the reason that all of the story progresses? Subaru and Rintaro have development, yada yada yada. Yeah, but she doesn't feel like a person. Waguri doesn't make mistakes, her communication skills are fine, she knows when and what to say, she's good at everything, but with effort because she still needs to be relatable, and we know she does all of these things with effort because the show makes the character say it over and over. There are flashbacks and characters talking about how she's so amazing. So how could she fail? To be human is to be beautifully flawed. The first time that we see Waguri is in Rintaro's family bakery. She's there eating a lot of treats when she sees Rintaro, gets all flustered and runs away. The second time that we see her is at the bakery again. She's there to apologize to him, and she ends up eating cakes. We learn that she likes food, which is kind of obvious because we've already seen that. Okay, when she's getting attacked by gangsters, who needs to save her? Rintaro. Next episode, we see her again for the first time because she's waiting for Rintaro. Huh. And that happens again and again and again. Damn. She does stuff because of Rintaro most of the time, huh? Okay. It must be a coincidence, right? No, not really. Sorry, but I watched the show, and when I watched it, I never really saw Kaoruko's point of view. I mean, I saw it one time because she was talking about Rintaro, and it lasted for like, I don't know, 10 seconds? I don't know. But it's not fair. We see mostly Rintaro's point of view. You know, she's the female lead. She's supposed to have some screen time. We're supposed to know about her. We're supposed to care about her. But I can't care about Kaoruko because I don't know anything about her besides what Rintaro knows, or Subaru. But shouldn't I be getting to know her because of her character? There's also another problem. Waguri suffers a lot from tell don't show. You probably heard of show don't tell, where instead of telling the audience something, you show them because it's more impactful. We are not stupid. We don't need to be listening to an explanation about someone or something over and over to know that it actually exists and that it does that, yada yada. You know, we can figure things out by ourselves. It's more realistic and it's more emotional. But with Kaoruko, we never see that. We just hear about it. We hear about how she got into Kikyo's school because of her own effort and studies. You know, she's just there. We don't see it. Subaru can say all that she wants about Kaoruko, and Rintaro too. But she's not more of a character because I know these things from them. Because I don't see Kaoruko. She's just being kind and she's just being sweet and she's just there all of the time. I don't want to see Kaoruko being all cutesy and Rintaro saying in his head like, oh, she's so amazing. She's my dream girl. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Unfortunately, Kaoruko Waguri is a product of objectification. She is meant to be something that the girls that watch Fragrant Flower aim to be, while the boys want to possess it. I don't see her as a character because she's not even meant to be that. But it doesn't matter, right? It shouldn't matter. She's the ideal girl. Everyone wants to be her. Everyone wants her. Well, that's what we're gonna discuss next.
せーのでもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
You've probably heard this song, right? It's Renai Circulation, one of the openings for the Monogatari series. It turned into a meme at some point, and although it is quite funny and iconic, the lyrics point out something very interesting. Let's hear them, shall we?
石のように硬いそんな石で塵も積もれば大和なでしこ死ぬ気でいや死ぬ気で
You heard that, right? Yamato Nadeshiko. If you didn't know, Yamato Nadeshiko is a flower, but it's also a term to refer to the ideal Japanese woman. According to Kristen Ranzi, the ideal woman in Japan has largely been fantasized as a Yamato Nadeshiko. The media in Japan shows a dichotomy of what this ideal is. On one hand, it is the loving housewife who takes care of the children and does the housework. But on the opposite hand, it is the beautiful, smart, youthful girl. Well, guess who this description fits? You could say that the description is not specific enough, therefore I can point my finger to Kaoruko. Well, yeah, I guess you're right. But I have something else to prove my point. According to an article published by the University of Oregon, hypersexualization of minors is a continuous problem prevalent in Japan. This particular brand of hypersexualization is known as lolicon, which is the attraction to prepubescent girls, particularly in anime and manga. Oh, I see. Guess who is 16 but looks young enough to be confused by a middle schooler? Kaoruko. Based on what we saw until now, I think it's safe to assume that Kaoruko is meant to represent a child. Sure, she is 16, but what I mean is a prepubescent child. You know, she looks 13 at max. It's kind of creepy when you think about it. I think that Kaoruko is meant to represent the Yamato Nadeshiko and also the lolly. Both are feminine ideals that have been imposed by Japanese media, such as anime and manga, and also has been leaking into idol groups and other parts of the world as well because of globalization. And it has been more normalized, which is not good. Well, Kaoruko is a mature woman, but also a very cute child. She is both. She is perfect, like we said so in this video like 100 times. But what do I want to say with this? Kaoruko is just the epitome of idealization. She does not feel like a person because she's everything all at once. She doesn't have flaws. She is everything that is amazing to be as a woman in Japanese media. I mean, represented, like enforced to women. Kaoruko is kind of the status quo, what women should be like in Japanese media. They need to be cute, they need to be sexy, they need to be a wife, but they need to be a child so that the men can protect them as well. It's kind of creepy, but Kaoruko is also a victim of this as well. She is the object. It's never fun to be the object. Sure, she is a fictional character, but I think that Kaoruko doesn't deserve hate either. Of course, it is uncomfortable to look at her. Hell, the motive that I'm doing this video is because I'm uncomfortable looking at her. When I first came in contact with The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, I was so ashamed. I was so uncomfortable and I didn't know why. It just made me want to puke, honestly. I had an anxiety attack trying to watch the first episode a couple months ago, and I couldn't know why. Now I know. It's Kaoruko. Because I was so insecure, and sometimes I still am, and that's so normal to be insecure. How can you not be insecure in a society that tells you how you should be all of the time? Kaoruko is meant to be that. She is like a culmination of all of those voices that forces women to be just like what Kaoruko represents. But it's not because she wants to, She was created like that. Maybe even the creator didn't realize it. She just created a shoujo character that was meant to represent young girls, the epitome of what a young girl wants to be. That's Kaoruko. Insecurity can be a lot. The reason that I made this video in the first place was because I realized this upon watching Fragrant Flower, upon seeing Kaoruko. I was so uncomfortable because she's everything. And I can't be everything. But that's okay either. Because to be human is to be flawed. Beautifully flawed.